He's been unbelievable for us. We're looking for someone to fill his shoes, and we're excited about Mindframe. We think he can be that next big horse for us. Annapolis has had his first foals on the ground, and they're looking unbelievable. Certainly Prince of Monaco, he has his first that are in utero, and we're looking forward to those foals in the spring. We've had a lot of wonderful clients over the years that have really supported us and backed us, and that's been one of the main reasons why we've had the success we've had. We couldn't do it without them. It's hard to be in business for 115 years if you're not doing things the right way. Our motto is do the usual and usually well, and we've always felt like if you take care of the horse is going to take care of you, and we've certainly been lucky in that regard.
Proud to have them as a sponsor. Can't talk about this sport with the impact that they have had. Claiborne Farm, 100 years of doing the usual, unusually well, as we get set for this finale on our show and at Tampa. It's going to close things out. Mile and a 16th on the turf. Everyone trying to get that first career win in this maiden special weight for fillies and mares 4 and up. It's the 7, Megan. Chad Brown's filly, who is the favorite right now.
As expected, I expected her to be bet down there at the 2-1 morning line that she was, as we take a look at that effort last time out at Aqueduct, where she was kind of that forwardly placed type. She's mid-range. I like her tactical ability there at the mile, where they weren't crawling on the front end. Eventually, every vote counts, got the better, who has not been able to come back just yet, but ran on. To me, one that I think distance and getting this mile and a 16th should suit. And as I mentioned, you mentioned the form lines. They thought enough when she was with Brendan Walsh to put her in the Florida Oaks. She's had class. They're out of that dam that was exclusively campaigned on the turf. So turf through and through, and I'm anxious to see how she's able to take a step forward there off that last out effort.
She was group placed already in her career as a maiden over in Ireland, but then she came to the U.S. She was odds on. States debut, she got beat at Gulfstream, so short price again here, although not quite that short. Not odds on, she's 2-1. We'll see if she can get that first win coming up. Is Chad Brown, of course, one of 3 finalists for Outstanding Trainer. Looking to go back-to-back, and it would be a 6th career win for him, but all 3 extremely deserving.
Extremely deserving there. Belmont with just a marquee year, and one that I find with just what his year has been and putting together. I mean, a Breeders' Cup Distaff winner in Scylla, of course, Sovereignty, Horse of the Year. So he should likely, to me, be the trainer that lands on top here. But each very deserving. Chad Brown, of course, capturing his first Whitney there at Saratoga this year. Very memorable for him. A race that he's always wanted to capture. So I will say, though, Todd Pledger had a fantastic year. While he's not a finalist up there, man, did he put together a strong year. So it's always competitive up there at the top as far as the trainers are concerned. But Belmont certainly having a memorable one for sure.
Post parade coming up for this finale. And we'll get a look at this Chad Brown filly. Not often especially when he has a good one. And obviously this one's already shown that she has some talent, that it takes 8 starts to get that first win, although a couple of starts have been a great stakes company.
She's been tossed in, and I think sometimes when you get horses that you know have class and you know have ability, and then they fall a little bit short, you kind of play the guessing game of, okay, what's gone wrong? But that near miss on debut there at Gulfstream, I mean, that was a very decent race. A fast market came out of that race to be a stakes type, and she was beaten neck that day, and she's one that has been able to improve there off of the time. So I expect her to bring it once again here at the mile and a 16.
Will Walden's The Palace Girl just went by. Here's Miss Valentina.
Yeah, one that second time out gets more experience, but will have to get much faster to meet this group.
Spinning class, Sunny Leone for Shug McGahee.
I thought this one was interesting, though. She hasn't done a lot of running late, but second off, a bit of time away.
Last couple of starts been productive for this long shot.
Yeah, Money Trail there for the Vincent barn, and has been just off of it, one that could get there at a price.
Belmont runner Queen Dancing with Daniel Centeno.
Yeah, Dan was a grade 1 winner there, routing on turf, so certainly has the pedigree, beautifully bred.
Graham Motion with Fronte making the States debut.
And a bridesmaid over there in Europe. We'll see if they can make the breakthrough, but working well at Palm Meadows.
Here's the Chad Brown favorite.
Yeah, and taking favoritism as she was expected to, looking to bounce back off that last effort.
Shug McGahee barn and the turf debut, Reality Star.
have to kind of a okay horse, but I mean, not overly turf men on paper. We'll see how this fares.
Riley Mott, chance to go against his dad with Thames.
Yeah, I'm interested in this horse. Put in a decent effort two back and hopefully be able to move forward off some decent maiden special weight tries.
Runner-up in the last race, Tom Proctor, Glen Hill Farm. They have Pop Art.
Another that facts and figures alone, I think, could give your favorite a scare.
And big price outside, Black Darter.
Yeah, big price. To me, a little bit more dirt on paper, stretching out and getting to the grass for the very first time.
4 minutes to post to close things out on the Saturday card at Tampa. Fans enjoyed a fantastic day of racing with those back-to-back stakes races. Drexel Hill did not disappoint.
No, and ran incredibly well. A horse that I've been a fan of. Thought she ran well, of course, in that Kentucky Oaks. But I will say I am jealous of the weather. But Mag has put in some time here at Aqueduct, and it was rainy. But I will say Oaklawn has spoiled me with the weather. So I guess it was my time to go out there and at the Mecca and
you held up well.
Yeah, it was okay. Wasn't too long.
Here's Veronti for Graham Motion. And her 4-year-old debut coming up. She's been off since August, coming in from Goodwood.
Yeah, out of that Master Craftsman mare who was grade 2 placed in going long on the dirt in a half to Heredia, also trained by Graham Motion there, who's a grade 2 winner at routing. So beautiful pedigree, won a family that, of course, Graham Motion is familiar with, been training well. To me, this is the horse that I landed on in this race that I thought had the ability to perhaps upset a horse like the number 7.
Let's go to Maggie with more on the nightcap.
Yeah, I agree. This is a pretty interesting race. A field full of good-looking fillies in here as, yes, I respect Celtic motif for Chad Brown, but let's take a look at that horse that Meg was talking about that cost over $2 million. And that is number 1, the Palace Girl. As I was talking with Will Walden in the paddock, and he said, I was bidding against Coolmore, which didn't help my cause, but it made me feel better because then the next day they went to Arcana and bought the Dam, and they've also since bought the sister to the Palace Girl, and she is beautiful. I mean, you can see why the money landed on her. She has a lovely way of going too, and watching that first race, it almost seemed as though it was her debut. And it was her debut, to be fair, in America, where she blew the break, and yes, Johnny kind of did what he could with the hand he was dealt, and he was mid-pack, he was about in the 2 path, and when they turned for home, he was just kind of in and amongst and behind horses, and never really had a true clear seam. If he had more horse, I think he could have gone through there, but she didn't want to give it to him. And as Will said, it just felt as though she was looking around and intimidated. So the short cup cheater blinkers are going on today. I'm going to try with her because she really wowed me in the paddock. And Will said that her works have really gone on since that first start at Keeneland since then. Moving on to number 6, Veronti for Graham Motion. Love what I saw from her as well, as she sits up there at 7-2. But as we talk about, you know, oftentimes the gait here in America, it's a little bit of an issue for these European horses just because they're not used to, you know, leaving as quickly as our horses do or having handlers in there. But with her, if you look at the comment lines, she has been forwardly placed in her European races. And while I kind of question the overall quality of the field she's faced, she matches up really nicely, at least physically, with the crew she meets here for her stateside debut. She's beautiful. And another one that's moving incredibly well. It is kind of looking around a bit. You know, I wonder if she's a bit distracted. She's not acting badly by any means, but just the head has been up and she's been looking everywhere ever since she stepped foot in the paddock. Number 10, Pop Art. I thought she ran well in her first start on the turf for Tom Proctor. She broke handily, then she kind of got steady behind the leader at the 5/16 pole and lost ground at a crucial part as they, you know, entered the stretch. And then when she got outside, she re-rallied again, and boy, does she look so, you know, turf meant in addition to longer is better. She's going to try him out on a 16th here again, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a filly that going forward excels at 1 1/8 if not more. So I do think she deserves a look here. She is taking some money at 5-1. And then my bomb of all bombs, I have to give a little shout out to my guy Nick Essler as he does send out Black Darter here. Pedigree here, Greg. Go back a generation. The second dam on this filly is Caress, who's a multiple graded stakes winning turf mare, and this really does look turf meant. Probably in a bit tough here, to be fair, but at least I think she'll appreciate this surface switch.
So a 90-1 shot. Parting thoughts from Maggie here. Interesting. Maybe one to at least throw in underneath if you're building your tickets for this nightcap. But all the money on the 7 here. Easy to see why for Chad Brown, Sammy Marin on Celtic Motif. Let's go back to the 1, though. The Palace Girl for Will Walden.
I was just really impressed with the way this filly has been moving in her work. So when you go back to that December the 21st video where she worked there at Palm Meadows in 47-3, man, she was on the inside, on the outside of Inspired Kiss, and she's just very nice mover as identified there by Maggie in paddock, but just in her works as well. And she just galloped away. Exactly what you would want to see from her. She's just got some size and scope. She's rangy. I think she gets every bit of this ground even more. She had great energy there when watching those videos, which we, of course, are access there on First TV. Nice to see them down in Florida, but I was just really impressed by her. I went between the 1 and the 6, obviously landed on the 6, but to me, one that also, I think, as Maggie also mentioned, just getting that experience in the North American side of things after running behind a winner like Giselle, who, by the way, is out of great Group 1 winner, newspaper of record. Those are the kinds of horses she was up against there in Europe in a massive field. So to me, I just think she fares beautifully in this spot, like what I've seen from her as well.
Blinkers on today for start number 3. We'll see if the break can go a little bit better. It has not been good either of the first 2 starts, especially that debut over at the NYRA where she dwelt. 9-2 right now from the inside post. Edgar Zayas having a huge afternoon. Looks to add one more, but the 7-5 favorite, Celtic Motif, Chad Brown, Sammy Marin. Nightcap from Tampa on this Saturday card. Let's go to Jason Beam for the call.
Next in the Stuart Janney white and cherry hoop colors. Here's Reality Star coming up. Money Trail to gate 4. Great job on the drone shots by Zach and Tristan, our drone pilots. And spotter. Always FAA compliant here at Tampa Bay Downs. Here's Reality Star, still not quite in. Sammy Camacho for Shug McGahee to post 8. Queen Dancing is going to be the next to join along with Thames as soon as Reality Star goes in. Reality Star still not in. Looks like they're going to open the front of the stall for Reality Star. Still trying to coax her forward, which they have just about done. And looks like Sammy's going to step off momentarily, and she loads in. So the final 3 going to be Thames, Pop Art, and Black Darter will be all set for a start here. Today's 10th and final. Queen Dancing's gone in. Pop Art, the Glen Hill colors, and Black Darter to the outside. Big long shot at 90-1. Black Darter going in. They are in the gate. And the race is on. Miss Valentina sent for speed down toward the inside, was away well. Spinning Class is right there. And up to the outside, Thames is also close up, and Thames is actually going to go up to take the early advantage. Miss Valentina going to try to hold that rail position as Pop Art moves up to the outside. Things got real tight there for Queen Dancing in the center. Had to tap on the brakes. So up front, it's Thames just in front of Pop Art. Those are going to be the top 2. Vronti and Black Darter away 3rd and 4th. Spinning Class now back 5th to the inside. Celtic Motif, Kim's away mid-pack, 6th in the orange cap. It's a length and a half more than back to Miss Valentina, who's in a lineup of 3, along with Reality Star. Queen Dancing between horses after that. Trouble is 3rd last. The two at the back are Money Trail and the Palace Girls. So toward the back stretch, 23.61. The opening quarter mile, and it's long shot Timms in front of Popart, who's a tugging, willing second there on the outside. It's 2.5 more. Back to Vronti, who's third. Right to that one's outside Black Darter, making some ground. Reality Star goes around the favorite Celtic Motif, who's back with Spinning Class. They race together in 6th and 7th. They're two clear of Queen Dancing. Miss Valentina still the two at the back, Money Trail and the Palace Girl. They're about 11 lengths front to back as they go to the far turn. 48.16 seconds was the opening half mile for Timms, who continues on. Timms by the 3/8 pole, in front by a length to Pop Art. Vronti, Reality Star coming with a 3-wide bid on the outside. Length and a half more than the Palace Girls made up big time ground. Celtic Motif got stopped in traffic. They're going to wheel toward the outside, but going to have to follow the move of the Palace Girl. So they come to the top of the stretch. Pop Art right up alongside of Timms to poke ahead in front. Down the far outside, the Palace Girl continues to uncoil. Celtic Motif also lengthening stride down the outside. The Palace Girl coming up after Pop Art. The Palace Girl grabs the lead. Pop Art tries to battle on. Celtic Motif down the outside. The Palace Girl to win it. Second was razor tight there between Celtic Motif and Pop Art. There we go.
The Palace Girl just kind of loped out of the gate, was last early, took the lead, but looked like she might give it up, able to hang on for the win and break her maiden career start number 3.
That late kick, that acceleration she has shown. Greg, I missed her racing. This was fun. Can we do some more? I know we're fixing to go off, but this was fun.
We have a little bit of time. We'll get there.
No, but it was impressive. Of course, Celtic Motif, but unlucky there, closing with big stride there. But $2 million well spent, perhaps, for a talented runner in the number one.
Feature angle comes through. Let's go to Maggie with Will Walden.
Feature angle equals 100th winner of your career. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, just couldn't be happier to do it for Mr. Sykes. He's been such a massive part of my career. He's like a grandfather to me, and it's emotional. Like, I love the guy like a grandfather. He's such a good man, and just grateful to get it done with this filly for him.
And she still, I think, figuring things out, as we just said, but at least she got to run today and unleash that big stride.
Yeah, absolutely. First part of the race, I was a little concerned. She just kind of lost interest going into the first turn, and going into the far turn, Edgar started to pick off horses, and he was real wide, but when she switched leads, she kicked, and like you said, when she hit the front, she kind of hit the brakes a little bit. I think she's got a lot of learning to do. I think she's a true kind of 10, 11 furlong filly, and hopefully she's got a big future ahead.
Well done. Congratulations with her and on your 100th win. Big accomplishment.
Thank you, Maggie.
Guys.
It's got to feel awfully good to get that done. Big number, and Edgar Zayas, by the way, on board, his 3rd win on the Saturday card.
Tremendous win there for a tremendous team. And again, kudos to the Will Walden barn at just every win, Matt. I think when you are in his position, it's every win just feels incredible, and he has just really worked so hard to build up this horse flesh, to be trusted with this kind. And she could be run, we see further down the line as we approach some of these turf stakes, as we head to Saratoga, perhaps, as he mentioned, one that could appreciate more and more ground. She certainly looks like she should. So $2 million. I'm excited to see where she heads in the future.
And we have an objection involving your 4th place finisher. That is the 6 in here, Vronti. So we'll get back to that, let you know what that's involving after a timeout. 1:10, 7-6. It's the Palace Girl with the win for the Will Walden barn. Edgar Zayas aboard for Woodford Thoroughbreds to close things out at Tampa. We'll be back. Back on our Saturday coverage, America's Day of the Races, and a first for NYRA and Fox taking its first ever Eclipse Award for live programming. Congratulations for the Belmont Stakes on Fox, and then also taking the award for Outstanding Feature with the story of the Mott family and dealing with the tragedy and the loss of Riley's daughter, Margot. Maggie, you were part of that broadcast, Belmont on Fox. Well done by you and the entire team.
Thank you, Greg. It means a lot. Well done to everyone that it's a part of these shows day in and day out. And I remember, obviously, we all remember the start of Belmont Day. It was a deluge, and they canceled the 2 turf races. And Bill Richards, who is our producer, slightly panicking because he said, "What do I do?" And I said, "Don't you worry, Bill. We all know how to fill." And it turned out to be one of the best shows, and it just felt good when you came out of it. And that's all down to the team that was put together, and Tom Rinaldi and the producers that worked on that Mott feature that had me in tears. So it's truly a touching piece, and I'm just over the moon for everyone involved in these Fox shows to take home the Eclipse Award. Greg?
Congratulations to you and everybody involved with that, everyone behind the scenes. Incredible work. And yeah, this story, if you've seen it, it got to you, no question, about how the Mott family dealt with the incredible adversity of Bill Mott's son, Riley, losing his daughter, Margot. An incredibly emotional time, but horses helping them through that time.
I was crying on my couch there watching this coverage. I hadn't yet joined the Fox team there here when I was watching that, and what a dream come true. I truly feel so blessed that just the friends and just to racing that Mike Mulvihill and everybody involved in creating those incredible pieces and just in creating the show. So it was just a dream realized, and also just the work that goes into it. And Maggie, Andy, everybody on this team and the work that you put in day in and day out, it shows. And it's a true honor just to be along for the ride. But truly incredible coverage. I remember, I will never forget watching this year's Belmont with my mom, as I said, on the couch, and just an incredible moment. So it was phenomenal coverage, and good job, guys.
Yeah, well deserved from the entire team. Of course, we're great to have you on board as well. Join this team. You've done terrific early on. We're looking forward to what's to come, but congratulations to everyone in Fox for their support of what we do and to bring that to everybody. We're so thankful. The Palace Girl, $12.60 for the victory to close out the card at Tampa Bay Downs. Pop Art, Celtic Motif, second and third, and there was no change, right? 110.76.
Don't believe there was a change.
No. Pick 6 over $1,400. Pick 5, $448. And a great day of racing. Maggie, well done at Tampa as usual. And, those back-to-back stakes, Tessellate runs big again. For Saffie Joseph Jr., she was impressive, and Drexel Hill runs another big one in the Wayward Lass.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sometimes races play out as they might seem on paper, and it kind of felt like it did today. But, man, I just felt great to be back in New York, be with you guys, see you and Andy, of course, Greg, and I'm always happy to be up here at the Mecca.
We get you you're back tomorrow, right?
I'm back tomorrow with you,
and
but I'll be in the paddock, so we won't have this quality time, but it'll be great. Yep, back to Oakland.
We are back tomorrow. Coverage begins actually split tomorrow on 2 Eastern start time on FS2, and then kickoff on FS1 from 3 to 5. So we hope you join us for our Sunday coverage on America's Day at the Races. Tessellate did not disappoint off that coming out party victory. She won by more than 13 lengths last time out. She goes back-to-back stakes victories for Saffie Joseph Jr. Drexel Hill in the Wayward Lass, just too good. Ben Curtis back aboard for Whit Beckman. She dominates. And at Aqueduct, it was Nina Kay, all those runner-ups, finally able to break through once again and get the second win of her career. We'll see you tomorrow.
New York breds. Race them.
Respect them.
Bet them.
Respect them.
Breed them.
Respect them.
Buy them.
Respect them.
Train them for a second career.
Respect them.
Join us in respecting thoroughbreds at every stage of life. Learn more at nybreds.com.
The thrills.
Speed King down the lane with a 3-lane lead.
The drama.
Sandman trying to dive after him.
The triumph.
Speed King all the way.
It's all going down at the 2026 Southwest Stakes. This is the race where legends rise on the road to the Kentucky Derby and a $1 million purse up for grabs. The stakes are high and the competition is fierce. Don't miss out. Plan your stay today and come join the fun.
Racetrack Television Network brings you every race, from every track, on every screen, every day. With monthly packages starting as low as $5, RTN gives you great value and access to more live HD streaming and race replays than anyone. Visit RTN.tv today to sign up and watch on almost any device, including Roku and Amazon.